Everything originates from song. A divine melody. The hymn. Can you hear it? It formed our world. The primordials, beasts, and eventually, us. Then, on the advent of light, the Celestials arrived. They desired us greatly. They opened our eyes, and we became starborn. Many resisted, and humanity was divided forever. Brother fought sister. War raged across the land, while primordial and celestial gods clashed in the sky to decide the fate of the world. In the end, the Starborn emerged victorious. In a desperate bid for survival, Ezra, the arch-traitor, and his firstborn kin tore the world asunder. Two new worlds emerged, one of light and one of dark. With separation, peace followed. A golden age was upon us. Alas, peace would not last. Purgatories appeared. A force beyond even the reach of gods. They devoured the hymn and brought silence into the worlds. Today, our hymn has nearly faded. Can you still hear it?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on to Songs of Silence. You probably saw this game around in Steam. It's been out for a minute. I actually wasn't going to be able to partake in it because I was like, I got bills to pay. I'm an adult, which kind of sucked. But one of my buddies actually bought it for me, and I loaded in, did a little bit of the campaign on challenging, and I was like, oh, this is too much fun. I want to play it for the channel and get everyone along for the ride. So here we are. I only played a little bit of the story, so I'm going to still be with you, experiencing everything. I'm super excited, so let me not yap anymore. I kind of want to dive as far as I can today for this episode, and hopefully you guys like it. I definitely suggest if you like auto battlers with cards, to definitely give it a look up. It's a very interesting mix-up, and it's honestly, like, just from that intro and the art style alone, I think it's worth dropping a little bit of the monies for it. If you don't got bills to pay, or if your bills are paid and you're good to go, then go for it. It definitely looks so cool. So, without further ado, we're going to be going to the Siege of Elbin. After the destruction of her home, Queen Lorelai, I'm also terrible at names, guys, so I apologize, of Vanguard is seeking a safe haven for a ragtag group of survivors. In the allied realm of Elbin, the refugees are drawn into a brutal war caused by the slowly encroaching silence. So, again, we're going to be doing all of them, hopefully, from start to finish, play the whole game. We're going to be doing on balanced difficulty. I'm going to restart the story since I was on challenging. And I'll see you guys in the middle, because it's going to be a lot of yapping and lore. So get your ears ready. All right, let's go.
I will never forget the last days of Vanguard. The day the Purgatory came. The day our homeland was devoured by silence. The day everything turned to dust.
Alright, so we're going in. There's not really much for us to do right now. We're just gonna try our best.
A war without end. My parents led our armies in a final, desperate charge against the invaders. The tide of battle soon turned against them. I should have been there, either to save them or to perish by their side. Only I remained to protect the survivors of our once mighty kingdom. But in my darkest hours, doubt took hold. How can I lead these people? Where to? Am I really worthy to be their queen? In my moment of despair, a golden light appeared from above. It was Isla, a holy celestial bird who had once guided my mother. I hear you, faithful guardian. Please show us the way.
Guided by Isla, Lorelai heads for the allied kingdom of Elbin. Her only hope is that Hauser, a loyal friend of her father and aide to Elbin's king, can grant her people sanctuary. At long last, the people of Vanguard arrive at their destination, but something's amiss. Elbin's roads, fields, and villages are deserted. An ominous silence hangs thick in the air.
Look, everyone! Isla has found Elbin's capital. If we make haste, we could be there on the morrow.
Alright, and so your journey begins. Messages like this will help you learn the game. Alright, well, that's tutorial. So, as I was saying, guys, like, as soon as we landed in here, how beautiful was that intro? Freaking fantastic. To my knowledge, that intro was the only way you can lose is it's just scripted, so it's alright. But all those cards, the way it worked and the way it looked, as soon as I touched that intro, I was like, "Oh, dude, this is hitting a certain itch I didn't know I needed to be scratched." So, without further ado, let's get on in here. We're gonna push up our forces. We can actually look at them right now, I'm pretty sure. So, just to get you a little bit eyes on the stats and what our hero is, it's Lorelai of Arengard. Last line of the Arengard's throne, Lorelai accepted the burden of leading her people after the premature demise of her parents. With ferocious resolve, the young monarch fought off the crusade until her proud homeland was turned to dust. Now, she has to rebuild what was lost. So her main shtick is Devastating Charge. I'm pretty sure she gives a buff. Let's go from top to bottom, alright? Power, of course, is going to be combat, you know, how much damage they do. Health is health. And this is where her buff is for her army. Leader, Calvary, Knight. Friendly Calvary and Knight type units inside the same army gain +2 power. And then we have Devastated Charge. When charging, the first attack hits automatically and ignores 1 rank of enemy armor per rank of Devastating Charge. Armor grants a 50% chance to ignore incoming damage. Fast. Moving fast in battles and on the map, 15 movement points. Armies move at the speed of their slowest units. So technically what we could do is just kind of make a fast moving force of just full on cavalry, hit and run strats, and hopefully that's the strat we're going to do with her. Like if it's a big army, we come in, use our cards, and then leave is the goal with her, is what I'm thinking is the vibe. Unwavering, ignores up to 3 ranks of fear, dread, and resist negative morale. And let me just read power just in case. Every combatant in this unit has a power of 6. All attacks have a hit chance based on the comparison between powers of attackers and the defenders. Modifiers can grant a maximum of 5+ power, and cannot reduce power below 1. And then health is health. Each combatant in this unit has a maximum of 10 health. After taking damage equal to their health, they die. Missing health can be generated by resting in a location with supply. So, that's it. I want to give you a rundown of what's going on. Of course, there's going to be different stuff depending on each character, and I'll read them through in the future. Right now, I just kind of want to get some combat going. But the art looks fantastic. And also, the knights in this world ride fucking bulls. That's pretty cool. Instead of horses. we'll definitely get a read in once we get through it. Maybe kind of past the tutorial, we'll finally read everything about each unit. Until then, we fight, because I wanna see stuff.
Halt! State your name and kingdom.
I'm Queen Lorelai of Erengard. We seek an audience with King Atron.
You're an ally of Elbin, then, which makes you our enemy.
And we're going in. So like I said, it's a card game. So you can actually use charge, and this will make your cavalry fly in there, which is pretty cool. I just had a hiccup, I'm sorry. Which is pretty cool. So let me show you how that looks. So this is the biggest unit, it's a mercenary leader. We're actually going to slap it with charge. Why is the game paused? There we go. Boom, boom. And it looks cool. There's a little bit of an animation. You can zoom in pretty deeply and see how the combat goes. But there's moments, I won't lie, where the combat gets a little wonky. And certain things should help, but don't. The way that makes sense, like the animations should register, but sometimes they don't. They get stuck on the offside of the screen, like right here in this corner, and they won't actually hit the enemy. That's just one downside. Alright, so this is Cavalry Charge, and I'll show you what the cards do after this battle. Right now, I already kind of know what they do. Divine Spark, fallen combatants of target units have a 10% chance to come back to life. Or healing, I think. But that's usually how the combat goes. It's really interesting. I don't know. I've only played games like that, like Mecha Bellum, but in Mecha Bellum you don't have cards you can throw off rip. And there's also XP, level up, and you get gold for combat. A cold shiver runs down L'Oreal's back. She came here for safe shelter. What will become of her people now? And casualty reports. Every unit is actually a model, and if you lose it in each battle coming forward, you won't be there until you regenerate them. So it just tells you right here what's going on with your army. Moving on.
Elbin, at war with Friedland. Our situation is even more desperate. I have to hurry. The capital might be in danger.
Alright. Let me show you what the cards do. Cavalry Charge. All friendly cavalry units rush to the target area, attacking enemies in their way with 5 power and pushing them away. Divine Spark. Fallen combatants of target unit have a 10% chance to be revived. Damaged combatants of target units are healed for 1 health. And then, this is what we're going to use a lot for like hit and run strategies, is Retreat. Play this card into the retreat area on the left side of the battlefield to immediately end the battle. This counts as a lost battle, but your army will take all loot wagons and artifacts with it without a risk of them being stolen by the enemy. And that's pretty much it. We'll get new cards in the future. Right now, we're going to probably, on this back line, your reserves. If you put units back here, they can actually heal, depending if you're in the city. I don't think right now they're going to let us know. Let's set up the formation real quick. A little bit better. We're going to have archers in the rear with spearmen in the middle, and then we'll have our cavalries on the flank with our hero down lane. I think this will be the best route. And these are refugees, and there's a little extra quest to make sure none of them die, so they'll never be in combat right now. Alright, let's go. We're moving. Oh, we're going to have to end our turn. It is turn-based gameplay. Like, I don't know, man. This is, I feel like once the world opens up and we go a little bit deeper into the game, I've gotten to the end of the tutorial, I'm sure. So I feel like once we get further, it's going to go crazy.
Lorelai rides with all haste through Silverstein's crowded streets, headed for King Atron's throne room. Her old friend Hauser lowers his mirrored mask and greets Lorelai with a warm yet weary smile. Elbin's monarch is nowhere to be seen.
Milady, it's good to see you, though the skies over Elbin grow dark. What brings you here?
I need your help, old man. A purgatory has consumed Erengard.
Gods help us. This is grave news indeed. And your parents, your highness?
I'm queen now.
I'm so sorry. I'm sure King Atron will grant you sanctuary. But first, we need to rescue him from Dohran's citadel to the north.
My people are tired, old man, but if we must...
Thank you, milady. We need to break the siege before the citadel's defenses are breached.
Okay. Now that we're doing inspection, we're going to look at our armies. So, in cities, you'll actually heal up and you can actually buy units down here at the bottom right, or new cards to begin with. So it's pretty cool. We'll recruit a unit later. Right now, what we're going to do is just go over each unit in a little bit more detail so you guys can see what's going on. Let me see here real quick. Perfect. So, power, health, same thing. This is going to be different, which is armor. It's the same as the other characters, but this one is 35% chance to ignore incoming damage. Ward grants 35 chance to ignore incoming damage. Also, I wonder if this is, so it's like stacks, or are they like 70? That'd be interesting. Fast, annihilate, successful hits deal 2 damage instead of 1. Unwavering, 2 ranks of fear of dread. And this is probably the newest new one that you haven't seen. It's Line Breaker. The first charge in battle breaks through the enemy lines and deals an attack with 3 powers to enemy's hit. Also counts as the same rank of Devastating Charge. The first attack after a charge hit automatically ignores 1 rank of enemy armor per rank of Devastating Charge. Devastating Charge is going to be this. No, I'm crazy right now. Devastating Charge is going to be an ability. I might be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But anyways, we'll move on. Next one we have here is the Hearthguard, which is going to be our infantry. Fiercely devoted to their high house, the Hearthguard bears their mantle with pride. As guardsmen and soldiers, they have earned themselves a reputation for hunting down these branded with the mark of Ezra. Their different stuff is going to be Slayer, Calvary 3, grants 3 power when attacking Calvary type units. Guardian, this unit gains +1 power for every other friendly Guardian type unit in their army up to 3. Guard 1, while defending a location, ignores up to 1 rank of fear, resists negative and moral effect, gain +1. I don't think I read these guys' story. I apologize. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to like burp in your guys' ear right now. So, loyal warriors who have proven their prowess and loyalty may be elevated into the rank of the Honor Guard. Regardless of a status, a strict adherence to Sonen's 5 chivalric virtues forge them into a warrior elite second to none. They will keep their lord safe even at the cost of their lives. These guys are pretty dope. The last one we have here is Rangers. The only difference with them is going to be ranged. 2. Attack at medium range. Ranged units will fight with a penalty of -2 power in melee. Slayer, Beast, Horror, Monster 2 grants 2+ power when attacking Beast, Horror, Monster type unit. Guardian, this unit gains +1 power to every other friendly Guardian unit type in the army, up to 3 max. So, that's pretty much what we want to do, is probably get another infantry unit, or a Ironsworn. There's a new type of unit. No, Ironsworn is these guys, right? No. Yeah, so we probably can get more cavalry, since her buff is all about cavalry, right? Yeah, friendly cavalry and knight type units get +2 army power. So we'll probably buy a cav unit, get that, and we'll use them to go in the middle with our queen. And then just in case, we'll buy an infantry unit in the rear so we can get the reserves in and out if needed. I think it's pretty good. Alright, so Defensive Fire is a card that you shoots multiple projectiles in target area attacking enemies with power 3. And I think this is only if you're defending the castle. And the next one is Build Up, which actually upgrades a castle to prosperity level from 2 to 3, which gives you more income at the top left. Because once you actually own these cities, I'm guessing they're going to give you income so you can buy cars and upgrade your cities. Is what I'm guessing. So that's L'Oreal's army. Let's get out of here and let's check the old man's army. Oops, there we go. The old man's army is a little bit different. They have mainly the Hearthguard in the front, but then Acolytes of Wrath, unit Starborn Infantry Believer, wholly committed to their special duty. The Acolytes of Wrath are responsible for smiting all non-believers with divine lightning. After the end of battle, it is their holy obligation to reunite the songs of the fallen with a divine hymn in the stars. Sounds pretty freaking awesome. Their stick is ranged, same thing as the archers. Annihilate, successful hits 2 damage instead of 1, and banish. And you'll see what they'll do in combat. It's a little bit different. What we're going to do is actually use our hero to kind of be more in the line of defending, and then we're going to have our spearmen on the flanks just to make sure these guys in the back don't get clapped. Alright, Acolytes of Rites. Famous, or depending on who you ask, infamous for their almost zealous devotion to the guiding star, these gifted summoners have been trained from early childhood to summon the spirits of the deceased from their eternal resting place among the stars. So, their special things are healers, regenerates the health of all units in the own army by 20% per turn. Also works while in reserve. Summon Luminant Infantry 2. Summons Luminant Infantry during battle. Summon units disappear at the end of battle. So their summoners is going to be pretty freaking cool. Divine Aid. Play on an empty unit slot to summon a random lesser celestial unit. This is going to be here on this world. You'll throw it down and then they'll join your army. Divine Intervention summons 2 Luminates into the target location, and then Retreat is the same thing. Alright, without further ado, let's get on over here. And we're actually going to use these guys so you can see how they look. And I think this formation is going to be the best. Just a nice, tight formation. You can see the archers in the back are going to be defending and launching lightning down range. And the summoners are actually going to summon Luminant Infantry. And then we can also use Divine Intervention to summon a little bit more of the boys from the heavens. And we're going to use that to make these archers get stuck in melee. The only downside is this. I can't control these guys and they're pushing up. You see? Like their range is kind of borked. But as long as they can't hit us with the cavalry charge in our rear lines, we'll be fine. And this Divine Intervention, like these soldiers, Luminant Infantry, are kind of wild. They're cool. It's pretty much like summoning the avatar of Korn, I think? For, not Korn, Kane, jeez, for the Eldar in Dawn of War. That's what that reminds me of. Not as big, obviously, but that's the vibe. Our prayers have been answered. When the army breaks camp on the morrow, a shout of awe sounds throughout the ranks. The Valkyries shining like stardust ride forth to carry the fallen into the sky. We're truly best. Alright, so we taking this up.
I'm sorry about your parents. I should have been there.
I'm glad you weren't. You would have only shared my father's fate.
You must be cautious, milady. We can't afford to lose your bloodline.
Okay, so he leveled up. And what we're going to do, we're going to actually level him up. Crazy. He's now level 2. So when level 2 happens, you either pick a card. Oh, I'll just read this. You can either choose to unlock a completely new card or upgrade a card rarely in your possession. Each card can be upgraded twice, becoming more powerful every time. Each hero has an access to different pools of cards depending on their class. Choose wisely. Sometimes you're also rewarded with an increased army capacity. This means you can field more units in battle. So, this takes forever. I don't know right now to acquire, so we're probably not going to go with Celestial Unit, Divine Host. Play on an empty unit slot to summon a random elite Celestial Unit. That would be cool, but I think for early game right now, we'll do something else. Divine Revenge. Effect. Friendly combatants explode on death from next... Oh, for the next 15 seconds. Each explosion hits closest enemy for 4 power. That's pretty cool. Divine Intervention. Increase the amount of summoned Luminates from 2 to 3. I think this is going to be the vibe. Because those Luminates do a lot already. And from adding one more plus our summoners are already on the field we'll go crazy. Well, our front line is going to be a little bit weak. But I think with the Luminates, it increases it pretty heavily. As the Hauser's strength grows, so does the trust of the people. True leadership can inspire a noble house for many generations to come. Alright, this is Pillage. Play on a location while it is in unrest state. Pillage is the location for a large amount of gold, but reduces prosperity by level 1. By 1 level. If a location prosperity level is reduced to 0, it is destroyed. Building and target locations are also destroyed and yield extra gold. We're not going to destroy this house because it's not our cities. So that would be kind of weird if we just start shwacking it. So we'll end our turn here. Let everyone here heal. Do I have enough movement to move the healers over there? No. Alright, that's fine. So yeah, we're going to let everyone heal. Move to the next turn.
We have to break this siege before it's too late.
Let's check our units here. They're still a little bit damaged. What we're going to do is... Oh, these guys are still a little bit more damaged too. These guys are more... Let's just do this. We'll add the reserves here. We'll add them another melee character to add a nice front line. That way these guys can heal this army a little bit more. And these guys will be the ones going into combat first for the next turn. I think that'll be good. Yeah. Then just in case, we'll buy a Hearthguard here. And we'll switch out one of these guys for a reserve. Okay. Good stuff. Alright, let's push up. Let's break this siege. Let's get our armies up here. Okay. Alright, we're going to push up with the cavalry. It's going to hurt because they do have a catapult. So, if need be, we will retreat. But I'm going to try and get charged to kill this catapult no matter what. Alright, yep. We're going to charge it here. Hopefully we kill it. It's dead. Perfect. That's going to help us a lot. We're going to buff up our army here. And then we'll probably retreat once we do more damage. Okay, we're gonna make sure none of us die. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay. We underestimated them, but not really. We're gonna level up from that. Friendland's forces have proved to be too strong and maintain their iron grip around the Dohran fortress. Should the king be slain, Elbin may soon be lost. Is there still hope? I think so. So, that was mainly just to weaken them and then get a level up. Also, I don't want to lose too much. So, with this new one, what we're going to do... Ooh, interesting. Call reserves. Call the strongest combat unit from your army reserves onto the battlefield, running towards the position indicated by your card. This will change from 15% to healing from 1 to 2 per combatant. That's pretty good upgrade, but I think getting more troops on the field would be better for her because we can put a cavalry unit in the back line and start with a more strong front line and then summon them. A Loriel's strength grows, so does the trust of the people. True leaders can inspire a noble's house for many generations to come. And her army also grew. So as we see here... Oh, that's the wrong one. I apologize. She's over here. Hello? She's over here. She can't move anymore. That's fine. So what we're going to do is attack with this army now. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of strong fighting down the middle of the range. We're going to defend with our cavalry. And then we're going to summon Divine Intervention here, just to make sure this front doesn't fall. And it should summon with 3 now. And these guys are going to go crazy. And I think that's the vibe. We have our flanks go really, really hard to the paint, aggro the enemy. And then these guys in the middle with their long range is the vibe. The king is safe. This guy levels up. Though superior in numbers, the invaders cannot compete with Iron Guards and Albin's combined will to survive. Visibly relieved King Outran rides forth to meet Lorelai in the front of Dohran's citadel. Brothers, I'm so sorry. When it comes to reading the TBI, just be acting up sometimes. It's just how it be. I apologize.
I am forever in your debt, but alas, I must request your assistance one more time.
I'm not here to fight. All I want is a new home for my people.
The Friedland capital can be that home. Just help me end this war.
Then I will oblige. But only for the sake of House Arengard.
Hauser, Queen Lorelai will need your support. Go! Attack Sternsicht at once!
At your command.
Friedland must live!
A once proud city, many years of conflict have taken their toll on Friedland's capital, Sternsicht. From atop a crumbling battlement, their aging matriarch, Raduin, surveys her kingdom's war efforts.
Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is get inside this city. Like I said, healing is going to be from being in here. Our military got clapped with her. Not really, actually. We just lost a good bit of health. So what we got to do is end our turn, heal up these guys, take these locations for XP, and then we'll push up here. I want to try and get a little bit of extra levels. Until then, what can we do here? These are Oathsworn. Oh, I apologize, guys. Did we ever read his stuff? I don't think we did. I apologize for that. A renowned Hierophant, hailing from the Celestial Church capital Ironburg, Hauser has served as counsel to several royal families. Currently advisor to the King Outran of Elbin, he became a close friend to Lorelai's departed father during the legendary War of the Heimless, almost 3 decades ago. His special stuff is going to be Celestial Believer, friendly Celestials and Believer type units inside the same army gain +2 power, Unwavering, and Healer. Regenerate the health of all units in the own army by 30% per turn, also works while in reserve. Summon Luminant Archers. Summons Luminant Archers units during battle. Summon units disappear at the end of combat. So his whole shtick, like we saw there, is going to be summoning. I guess that's going to be the vibe. It's just going to be with that strong front line is what we need with these guys. These are Oathsworn. Infantry Knights. We'll put this in her army because she gets a buff to Knight units. So we'll wait for that. Until then, let's just end our turn right here. Heal up a little bit. And then we should be good to go. Alright. How healthy are we, guys? We're actually full health. Can we beat this army, you think? I think so. Let's attack that. Just to get in a little bit XP for us. I'm a sucker for leveling up anything. So, and my playstyle when it comes to this stuff is like CQC, grind down with a bunch of infantry, and hopefully win the attrition war. These guys are nuts. We're doing more damage up there. What are these dudes? These archer melee guys are kind of crazy. But it's alright. And I think, actually, what? Why are we falling back? Is morale an issue here? Maybe morale is an issue. To reform the battle lines and then push forward? I wish they would do it all together instead of, like, one at a time. But a victory is a victory. Alright. Though battle-weary and distraught, Hauser stays up all night, returning the ashes of the fallen knights to starry skies. May their songs echo forever.
What's on your mind, my lady?
You've lived this war for years, haven't you? I'm sure there's much to learn.
No doubt about it. I'll elaborate later.
Okay. So, with this front line, we're going to add in Oathsworn. These guys look sick. From time immemorial, this order of knights has always put their oath above faith. After a harrowing initiation, they abandoned their names and house to join the ranks of 500. That is pretty cool. We're going to switch out our Hearthguard for these. So our anti-large is going to be a little bit hurt. So we're not going to be a Slayer infantry, or Slayer group, but our damage is going to be nuts, I think. Alright, so they have shields. They have 50% chance. They block arrows. Grants 3 power when defending against range attacks. Block grants +1 power when defending against melee attacks. Units with this perk are immune to enemy devastating charge and stop line breakers. Oh, so these guys cancel line breakers, which is what these guys are. Okay. Slow. Moves slow in battle. And on the map, 8 movement points. Armies move. Oh, that's rough. So what we can do is put them up front. Get them up there. Make this force more of the attacking side. And then we'll call in the reserves, which is going to be our archers. Or, well, what we could do then, too, is do this. I think this will be good, too. Let's push more to the sides. We'll have the we'll have the cavalry on the flanks. We'll do this. And then we'll call them in with the reserve card. I think that's the vibe. Can we buy another one? Right now. Our health is a little low. I'm going to let us heal a little bit. Just in the city for 1 turn. I think that'll be okay. Yep, they're coming our way anyways. So this would be a good time to test our formation. Looks like they have a anti-cavalry formation. And these guys are coming in here. These guys aren't cavalry. So what we're going to do, or cavalry slayers, we're going to rotate our team around here. Alright. And then she's going to come up here, fight this guy. Since they have pretty much no spearmen, we should be able to win this easily. Yeah. Our cavalry up here is getting clapped up. We'll do this. I just got absolutely fucking nuked by a goddamn comet. That was not cool. He's gotta die. This dude's gotta die. Oof. Our cavalry is getting schwacked by these knights, though. Are knights the vibe? This priest is nuts. I think we'll win this battle no matter what, though. It's a little sweaty, but I think we'll win. This priest will just gotta die. I think we lost L'Oreal right there. No, she's right here. No. L'Oreal did indeed get clapped. This nuke is crazy, brother. For the love of God, someone kill him. So it looks like it's some of my healers instead of the cavalry, which is what I wanted. Which is interesting. I wonder why that's the case. Interesting. At least we're learning a little bit more. So the healers got summoned. I would think that the cavalry would be more combat oriented than these guys. Our forces got fucking clapped here though. That's interesting. Another meaningless victory. Let us end this conflict quickly. True, but hopefully we'll level up. Loria cannot help but wonder, can wonder how the celestial gods can watch idly while their devoted servants continue to kill one another. Is their blessing still with us? So
here's your first lesson about this war. Once, Friedland and Elbin were allies. But then, 4 generations ago, Friedland's eastern lands were consumed by silence. So people began migrating west. Food was short, and tempers even shorter.
okay. So we know what happened there. Damn. Yeah, she's alive, but we lost our cavalry. The healers were a thing here, man. I don't want healers to be spawning in, so we'll probably rotate those healers out and give them somewhere else. But let's check out this combat. I feel like we should win this one pretty easily. With the summoning going on. And the archers blasting them. Oh, interesting. There we go. And then what we're going to do is summon a couple of luminants to melee these archers. Oh, we should be fine here. These guys are pushing back. Maybe they're going to help our heroes. And then we'll summon some luminants over there to make sure these guys will stop blasting us. Actually, I think we are probably going to fall back. Let's retreat. Let's not lose everything that we can here. We're getting kind of clapped. I guess my army composition is not as good as I thought it was. As night falls, Hauser sends out a small group of soldiers to recover the bodies of their fallen. They return empty-handed. Grimly, they report the enemy has burnt them all as if afraid of something. Interesting. So, we'll pass it back to here. We'll vibe. There is a garrison. We'll buy some knights. Put them at the front line and get some melee going here. It looks like we might just want to slap a bunch of Oathsworn to just defend us. We're getting kind of... well, not we. Me. I'm getting kind of clapped here. We are healing a little bit. So these guys, I guess, they should be cavalry. But they were doing so much damage against my boys here. Alright. Let's do this. I think this will be better. Alright. And then now this should be... oh, we can upgrade the city. Build up. Yeah. And you can actually see the city actually changes, which is probably the best thing ever. So let's fight this one more time. I feel like now with the Oathsworn, we should be good. Summon the archers. Lightning strike the middle. We're not getting nuked. Let's get this one a little bit thicker up there. Our boys are falling back. They are getting... these archers are slapping our cheeks. Looks like there's a card activated for them, giving them more damage, I guess. And then we'll summon a couple more dudes over here. Yeah, this Luminant is definitely the vibe. They slow down and slap the archers a little bit while we get closer to them. It looks like they are buffing the archers specifically. Interesting. Our archers over here, though, can fire from back range. And as long as he survives, it looks like he continuously summons them. Without a limit? Yeah. So we want to... this army is going to be strictly slow burn. So we'll probably change the whole front line to Oathsworn. The enemy High Lord seems like an honorable woman. She once must have served her own house, now joined Raduin's cause. House wonders what might have happened to her kingdom.
The silence devoured Friedland bit by bit.
And where silence falls, war is never far behind.
Indeed, milady. Our prospects are grim. I used to think the gods had a plan. Now I'm not so sure. These are desperate times.
Okay, we're going to buy an Oathsworn. We're going to garrison them here so she can pick them up. And then we're just going to heal. Ooh, let's summon a lesser celestial unit with the forever that we have. What is this? Archers? those archers go kind of crazy. We could do something like that and see if that works out. Though our front line will be very, very weak. But our back line will go kind of crazy. Alright, we'll do that. And then we'll just heal for right now. Right now, everyone just... We're kind of clapped. She's still healing. What are these? Starborn civilians. Why would I want this? Yeah, I don't want that at all. We're going to build this location up too? No, not yet. Yeah, we can. Yeah, might as well build it up. Should give us more gold. Alright, we're just going to end our turn. We're going to vibe. We're going to relax. Take it a little slow. There's no time limit, per se. And we're badly damaged anyways. And now we can buy Rangers. I don't want Rangers. How are you doing in your army over here? More Oathsworn. Oh, Trebuchet would be fire, brother. We need materials for that. And 60 gold. We'll get Oathsworn instead. Put them in our front line. Now these guys are going to be doing pretty well, I think. I think these guys are going to slap. Alright, let's test out this combat. Let's siege this city. Okay. Depending on the rank of location, fortified perks must wait for several turns before you can attack. Units with siege rank, siege perk can reduce this time. So the trebuchet and stuff like that. So we're gonna let her heal because right now she's just, we're getting clapped. We're gonna get another Oathsworn to hold on the flanks of her, and then we'll get a. We'll probably get the archers from that dude that he has and put him in this army because I feel like that would make this army the best it could be. And I'm actually going to switch her out and put her on the flanks with this cavalry unit. I think that's going to be a little bit better. Instead of going down the middle and getting clapped. So we'll end her turn, and then we'll rotate these guys out with each other. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. Alright, perfect. Let's get in here. Yeah, I think this is good. What do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of Rangers. What is this? Landwear. Landwear? In Starborn culture, every member of a high house by the highborn or lowborn is considered part of a family. All and sundry work for the same goal, and thus even humble peasants will valiantly take up the sling staff to fight for their kin. Oh. They have their own Oathsworn, and it looks like mainly just like infantry militia. So let's fight this out, and I think it's going to be a dub with what we have. The slow burn with the archers in the rear. Yeah, that should be good. They have? Alright, let's summon a couple of our heroes here. Lumen Infantry, just to help these guys in the middle out. Yeah, I think this is going pretty good. Their shields block that archer shots pretty well. Let's summon some more in the bottom. And then this should stop these guys from shooting our boys. And that should be a dub. I think I'm getting the hang of the combat now. Yeah, that should be alright. We're definitely going to make him have more infantry instead of those archers in the rear. They have range, but I think that's going to be better for them to just be in the other army instead of this. Yeah, because look, they're still blasting ass from deep end. Yeah, we just need more survivability on the front line. So more Oathsworn to tank so we can summon more. Gazing upon the heavens, Hauser sees a shooting star falling high above. Today's battle has been blessed. Yeah, our casualties, we didn't lose anyone, so we're good. We just lost 12 models.
I remember the old King of Elbin from when I was little. He was a kind man. A good man. Just like father.
His wisdom is sorely missed these days, milady.
Okay. So, let's do that. Let's talk to him. Let me get this archer units. And then the rangers, we'll put them in the back line. We can summon the rangers then. I think this is going to be better. While they heal, they get Oathsworn. Yeah. They can have one more unit. We'll put a cavalry blocker down the middle just to make sure. And then we'll have our Oathsworn kind of hold the flanks. It'll be a little bit better. This army is decked out pretty well. We just need the catapults, which I completely forgot. Yeah, trebuchet. We'll get this what is that? Hearthguard out of there, and then we'll use a catapult to fight the middle. And this trebuchet is gonna be great. Actually, how are you doing on your Oathsworn? Are you good? We could probably we need that third Oathsworn anyway, so let's buy it and we'll trade it out with that army. Alright. Perfect. A little bit of the goodies here. Let's switch out that melee. We'll might as well put the rangers over here for a future cause. Alright, let's push up. And heal up a little bit. And then we should be able to do some sieging over here. We'll siege it down with a trebuchet. And we'll do rotation charges, you know? Like, if they clap us this attack, we'll use his army instead.
Look who's come begging for mercy. King Atron's loyal cur.
You are the one who started this war, but I'll have no qualms ending it once and for all.
Alright, we're sieging it. Should be in one turn. These guys will be up next if we can't take that down. So they're going to be healing here for as long as possible. We're chilling. We're chilling. Let's put that over here. Alright, we're good. Next turn, we should be able to slap this down. The trebuchet should help a lot. I don't know how their force is
We
looking.
are fighting for our survival. You, of all people, should understand. I have heard tales of your valor. We share the same plight. But unlike you, I have the guts to do the right thing.
Okay. We're actually going to look. What the fuck? That is sick. A Matriarch Radvin. I like the little rose she got going on. That thing looks cool. I wonder what's the big deal with, like, cows in this game. She has trample, attacking units, 4 additional enemies close to target. Units fly or evade cannot be trampled. Interesting. So she's a flying unit? Yep. She has a lot of buffs here. They do have double trebuchet. And then what the? Volgenfrey Calvary? That's a fucking wild looking chicken, brother. It's quite fitting that the Volgenfrey ride the fearful land-bound avians known as Feegle into battle. Nobody knows how the outcasts forged their close bonds with these notoriously violent species. But many can consider it wingless appearance on... I can't fucking speak. I am so sorry. But many consider its wingless appearance an unforgivable mockery of the divine. Interesting. So they have... Volgenfrey infantry. There are many reasons for which one can be expelled from a high house. Theft, blasphemy, treason, or simply a cheeky mouth. The outcasts bear the mark of Ezra, the traitor, often accompanied by the horns of Talus. They have joined the Cockorda rogues. Brother, the lore is deep in this game. Ragesworn. Under the banner of Ragesworn, the most renowned knights in the Thousand Kingdoms joined forces in the battlefield, riding mighty bulls descended from Saint Uraka himself. They have learned to channel their mount's fury towards the enemy. These guys have trample, so it looks like that's their whole shtick for this army is trampling. Interesting. Interesting. A rogue? What does that do? So more rogues equal more damage. Okay. Pillage. What's this? Evade. So they have range at the top. Or cavalry, anti-cavalry at the bottom. So we're going to do something like this. Hold down the middle. Let's spread it out since they have a flying beast. We'll do something like this, and then we'll retreat if we have to. Next one up is going to be these guys anyway, so... Alright, let's get the bread. This should be able to charge there. Damn! I see. We're going to charge the trebuchets for the next war. The next battle, I mean. We want these trebs done. My trebuchet! Shit, I should probably protect... Oh, I should probably protect these guys up here. They're gonna get clapped. One trebuchet is done. We just gotta hold out until we retreat. Once we retreat, we should be good. My trebuchet is definitely clapped right here, though. We are breaking their backlines, though. Oh! Huh! Save the trebuchet! No, the trebuchet's done! Okay. We're gonna rotate out. That was a fucking hard battle. The stars have forsaken us. We're fine. With strength born from desperation, Matriarch Radvin and her Friedland repelled the invasion of King Atron and his newfound ally. This war would be the ruin of the land of Elbin. Alright. So, that was...
We need to coordinate the attacks of both armies.
I'm tracking on that one, big dog. Next one up is our boy himself. We just gotta hold... We just gotta kill this shit. Okay, divine intervention. Let's take out that catapult. Jesus Christ, that thing fucking flies, brother. We're gonna have to get ready for a retreat here soon, but we're doing damage though. Okay. Let's take out... let's take out this archer unit. Okay, we're doing alright. If we take out these Rage Sworn, we should be fine. That does a lot of damage. Our Divines are doing great. We should take that out. Let's build a defense line up here. It looks like they're going to push. Yes. She's almost down too. We might not retreat. We might just bite the bullet here. I think we'll just bite the bullet. Oh, yeah, I think we're going to bite the bullet. She's down. She's done. Oh, our sorcerers. Oh my god. One sorcerer survived. That was a gamble and a half. So close. So close. So close. Come on. Gamble. Gamble, baby. Gamble. Come on. Just kill him. Okay. The sorcerer lived, so that unit is still alive. That's all that matters. This war is finally over. Elbin is at peace. Woo. Even as the light fades from the matriarch Ronduin's eyes, she turned her hateful gaze towards Lorelai. She tries to speak and dies. Lorelai feels an overwhelmed guilt. She herself has now become the invader of another's home. Hey man, all that matters is your own people. Hauser got clapped. Oathsworn, we lost one unit. But the Acolytes of Wrath, none of them died. Nah, we didn't lose the whole unit. Down to one. That was fucking wild. Perfect. We kept the refugees alive too the whole way through, so I feel like we're doing great. This is where I left off after this.
Defeated, Friedland's remaining forces rapidly surrendered. As the people of Erengard settle into their new home, Lorelai dispatches Hauser to brief King Atron. If Elbin stays true to her promise, both royal houses will sign a treaty of friendship before the next dawn.
Perfect.
We did it. Elbin's at peace once more.
I pray you're right, Lily.
Finally, a new hope for peace. We shouldn't waste this opportunity.
Elbin reigns supreme!
What's wrong, old man?
I begged King Atron to honor his promise, but he's lost his mind. The paranoid fool cannot be reasoned with.
You knew of this, didn't you?
You must flee. He marches this way as we speak.
And then what? There's nowhere left to go. Isla? You cannot be suggesting what I think you are.
By the gods, not the silence. Anywhere but that forsaken place, milady.
Isla's right. This betrayal leaves us with no choice.
Okay. Let's see. Do we keep our army? Doesn't look like we kept our army. We don't have the Celestials with us. We're also down one unit. We do have a bunch of refugees, but our level up is fine. Damn, that's rough. That is rough. We'll save our gold. All right. Well, tune in next time, guys. We'll see what we can do over here in the Lands of Silence. Like I said, I am loving this game. This is exactly where I left off when I played the tutorial. So everything beyond this moment in time is going to be the same for me as for you. We'll see the world together. Again, definitely do your diligence and dig into this game. And if you like it, definitely buy it. I think the developers deserve the fucking moon for how beautiful and fun the game is so far. And there is multiplayer and PvP, just to keep that in mind. I will try to maybe grab some people to do some PvP with this. I don't know if I can, but we'll see. Until then, love you guys and have a good day.